Hello everyone, welcome back to Walker Bee Ranch. I was putting some food on some colonies yesterday, and one of my hives that I don't go in that often, which was actually my best honey producer this past season, I put some food on them yesterday and it looked like they were in the top box, but I cracked the top box off and it looked like they were slam full in the bottom too. So I'm just gonna, it's about 46 degrees today. They are flying a little bit, so I'm gonna get in that colony and we're gonna look at it together and see what's going on. This time of year kind of has me spooked because we're about 2 to 3 weeks away from when they normally start splitting colonies down here, and I'm just trying to make sure with this up and down temperature weather we have that it's not gonna swarm too soon. So I'm gonna see what we got to do, and you know, might have to make some adjustments, but we'll see. So stay with me. I'm gonna put you on the tripod and we'll take a look in the colony. Thanks. All right, so this colony is on my first row that I have in my apiary, and this was actually my best producer last year. The top medium is only a feeder ring at this point. I'm actually just putting my veil and gloves on while I'm speaking with you guys. But they looked like they had all went to the top box, so when I pulled it off yesterday to put some sugar bricks on and a pollen patty, they were pretty much, I thought, in the top box. And then I went ahead and cracked in between them to see what they had going on, and it looked like they were pretty jam-packed. So we're gonna go box by box. There's a yellow jacket. I'm gonna dispatch that yellow jacket and see what we got going. Oh yeah, lots of bees up in here. Wow, they've eaten a good bit of that sugar already too. I just put it on yesterday. So that's the main thing I want to look at, their store situation, and see how they're doing. They've got this, you can see they got the top box propolised pretty good. And I'm gonna flip this over so I don't squish any bees here. Try not to. There we go. And they're going to the pollen patty pretty good. Just gonna set that down here in the middle. They've actually started eating right here in the middle of the sugar. These were pretty solid. This is just since yesterday. They've already eaten in between the frames right there. So let's just set this down. Hopefully all them bees will get out of there. Let's see what we got going on up top here. Let's see what this other brick looks like. They're going at the sugar bricks pretty good. And really, I'm not sure what to expect in this one, to be honest with you, because I don't get in this hive that often. By choice. There's really nothing I can do too much for them at this time of the year, you know, over the winter. This is an old piece of pollen. They're still going at it though, so that's good. Maybe that's something the beetles won't like, it's kind of dry. But you can see we've got a fairly good cluster right in here. So just looking at it, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 frames that are really full with bees on the top, and then these two, there's honey on the outside. So we'll check that out. There's a few bees on the inside here. Oh, they've propolised this little space on the edge here. Whoop, sorry girls, probably just caught a couple of them. So I'm gonna just try to take this honey out, see what they're doing. There are bees over here. Give us some room. And my ducks are coming by. The reason this hive wobbles is because these two, the stand is not, wow, that's pretty tight. Some honey. Capped honey on both sides, that's a good sign. I will do a couple maintenance items while I'm in here. This frame, I could literally, they're trying to draw some comb on there. I've actually got a frame with already drawn out comb that I might just shake these bees in and replace that, because this, instead of rubbing wax on this, they don't want to come off this frame. Alright, we'll set them over for a second. I will grab another frame that I took out of another hive. Make sure there's no queen cup on there. Let them just rebuild that. Rebuild this. Had some queen cells on it at one time. I'm just going to pop that in there. Actually, if I'm going to pop it in there, I might as well make sure it ain't fat, right? Cut that loose. So I just trim down there, make it a little bit easier. I'm going to do the same on this side. They'll clean it up. I'm just going to tear that down, make it a little bit more of a regular size frame. Try not to make this too long. Got it kind of burred up on the side, but this is really the first inspection I've done on this colony. This frame actually, wow, they got that so propolized. Looks like they've drawn out. There's a hive beetle. I'll go ahead and grab this hive beetle out of there. Smash that. But they're loading nectar in there, and drawing this comb out, which I haven't been feeding them any syrup, so they're getting nectar from somewhere. Both sides. They've capped this one side up and they're capping this up. So winter honey somehow they've got going on in this top box. That's good though. That's good. It means things are going all right for them. I really need to fix that hive. I can probably just take this one piece of wood out here and it might work, push it up underneath. Maybe that'll stabilize it a little bit. So I imagine each one of these frames will probably be a little bit warm, and probably the more I pop these loose, the more angry. Oh, that's more honey. Capped. That's newly capped honey, y'all. I don't know where it's coming from. Here's a hive beetle walking around on it. There's my rooster crowing. Honey. There's another hive beetle. Try to eliminate them when I see them. But yeah, definitely a bunch of honey in the top, which is unusual that they're capping honey in January. I'm just trying to check to see if there's any brood up top and what's going on. Wow, this is heavy. They've bridged up from the bottom. More capped honey. There's another hive beetle I just squashed. But they've really, I mean, it's unusual. I'm going to try to get some of this burr comb off of here. Set that over to, there's a drone. Come here, little drone. So, there's a drone bee. So, it's funny. It's unusual to see them capping. They do have some empty space right there that they haven't filled. And I don't see any eggs. Yep, there are eggs. And I'll try to get it where you can see it with this black foundation I've been using. Alright. So right down in those cells, there's eggs down there standing up. Hopefully, especially like at the bottom of the frame right there, you can see that. That looks pretty good so far. Hopefully I'm not spinning them the incorrect way, because I don't have these frames marked like I normally do. And I'll... Alright, so we've got... Hopefully you can see right in there, we've got different stages of brood and larva. And new wax, brand new wax at the end of January. Drones, we've got some drones running around like right here. Drone. So we do have some drones. We got different stages of pupa, larva. All this whole thing is laid out in the top box. Put that back in here. So this will probably be a little bit longer video than most people care to watch. I'll edit as much as I can out. They really don't like that pop, and I really don't like smoking them, especially when I'm only going through one hive to light the smoker up and everything. I really actually need to make sure my hoodie hood is underneath my veil. Alright, let's see what we got in here, ladies. Come on, ladies. Oh, wow. Nice. We got all stages of larva. We've got cap brood, honey, few day old. I'm trying to see if I see the queen. I haven't seen her yet. That's on one side. What's on the other? Look at that. Just laid out. Nice, beautiful bees. This is the top box too, guys, so I'm really... Let's see. What we got? Yeah, this is all laid up too. So... What's that, 3 frames of brood so far in the top box? I think that's 3. and they're packed. They're packed in here. So we should start seeing honey, and maybe, I just don't know how. Yeah, it's pretty heavy. More honey. So 3 frames of brood in the top, and that's brand new caps, guys. That's brand new white caps. Brand new caps. So I don't know how they're capping honey in January. I mean, I guess I should be happy, right? This is a frame of honey. And let me show you this. Someone made a statement on one of my videos that I had put new foundation in, and they said, well, they're not going to draw comb out unless you feed them this time of year. I haven't put any syrup on this frame at all. No syrup on this hive. That looks like brand new drawn comb right there to me. And they're already filling nectar in it, or moving honey to it. So that fallacy of you have to feed them. Matter of fact, this is probably one that I rubbed down with wax a few weeks ago with my wax block. So, do you need to feed your hives to have comb drawn? No. Does it help them do it faster? Probably. However, it doesn't mean you have to have it. It's not mandatory. Just trying to slide this back together real quick. And take this one off. I'm gonna bang them in. Leave that one out. And we're gonna put this honey back in. Their nice, beautiful honey frame. So this box here will be very heavy to move off, guaranteed. So, all right, I'm gonna move this box and we're gonna go to the next box, and I'll readjust so you guys can get a better view. It's heavy. And this is the bottom. So, the bottom has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This one doesn't look like it's full with bees, but 9 frames with honey. See, they've got this beetle trap so propolized that I've got to try to pry it out of here. Nine frames of bees on the bottom, at least. They just had that full of sugar. Look at that. Alright, so we'll take that out. So we got 9 frames with bees on the bottom, and what I say, 7 or 8 on the top. So out of 20, now they don't usually stay on the honey if they don't need it. So 17 frames of bees out of 20, and some of those were solid capped honey. So see if I can start at this side. They've got this thing. I'm gonna have to start on the other side. Yo, it's just no room to move it over there, and everything is so propolized. It's probably just honey out here, but we're gonna try to see if I can hopefully not hit the camera doing this. Alright, so apparently I ripped a bunch of honey open. They'll get on that. Crushed a couple bees. Just set this to the side and hopefully we don't get a bunch of robbers over here from some of these other colonies. There's so much burr on the side. This is a reason why you should get in the hives more often. Stop them from doing this kind of stuff. But at the same time, again, with the temperatures fluctuating, I didn't want to get in there and disturb them because there's really not much I can do for them. All right, so now we got a little bit of room. They probably got everything stuck together, and they did. Honey, honeycomb. Got honey on that one. So 2 frames of honey on the outside. And they got everything. Alright, so this has a few it's a lot of bee bread in this one. Some cap cells in the middle, mostly bee bread right here. So if anything in the past has taught me, when you see bee bread and pollen, generally the brood will start the next frame. So I'm going to kneel down here, try to get a little bit closer and take some strain off my back from leaning over. Alright, get out of the way, girls. I don't want to smash you. There. Look at that. Gorgeous. Alright. So, So this is the bottom box. And it is plumb slap full of brood. On both sides, drones. I mean, that's a full frame, y'all. Absolutely full. Pollen on the outside. No queen that I saw. I'm sure she's in here. There's too much brood at this point to not be on there. Yep, the kneeling down ain't gonna work. Gonna have to break my back. This box is not as heavy. Okay, ladies, calm down. We're all right. Everybody's okay. Brood, cap brood, pollen. Trying to look in the cells. Yep, laid out. The empty ones, the ones that aren't capped are laid up. So this queen is doing a fantastic job. Look at that other side. So what's that? Five full frames of brood so far. They're not going to like when this one pops open. I got a rooster chasing a duck by me. Ugh. Should be able to get this one out. 5 full frames of brood. This is kind of light, but that's 6 frames of brood. It's actually got some drones over here, and they haven't dispatched them. They're letting them go. Haven't seen any queen cells yet. Lots of drones, blonde looking drones on there. It's 6 frames of brood. Just trying to see if I could see a queen. Haven't seen her. That's 6 full frames. I imagine these 2 are probably brood as well. Oh, there you go. Make them. Alright, that's mostly pollen. And they're drawing comb. So that's 6. We got 6 full frames of brood. I didn't see the queen. Again, doesn't mean she's not in here, but that's 6 frames. So we got 6 frames of brood within 3 weeks. That should make 6 times 3, right? They say every frame of brood is a frame of, is 3 frames of bees. And I've got 6, so that should be 18 more frames. Because I do have somewhat of a plan. Not a great plan, I know, but it is somewhat of a plan. We'll just rub this down some more. I know they don't care for me doing it on here, but they're on YouTube. They got to deal with it. I really like this black foundation and black frames because when they lay eggs in there, you can definitely see them better. And the brood shows up better. Rub it down, and I'm actually going to take 2 frames out of this box and put them in here and move 2 to the top and make them have to come up a little bit, because otherwise we're going to have space issues. It is a little bit cooler than probably should be even messing with them, but it's a good thing to take care of them when you can. And right now I had a few minutes, so that's what I'm going to do. But this hive definitely was my best honey producer, this colony. Someone said something about beekeepers calling this a hive. The actual structure is the hive, right? We know this, but we just use them interchangeably. Alright, so let's see here. We're going to take one out, pop it in this box. Let's take this one right here out of the center if I can get it. Oh, they don't like that. Do not care for that at all. I'll deal with it for a minute. What is that? The 4th one over. So we're gonna make them the 4th one over right here. We're gonna take that one I just rubbed down with wax. We're going to pop that back there. Take this one with some cat brood and different stages of bees on it right there. And let's see here. Maybe take this one and put it over too. Or maybe one's enough. Let's just do one. I don't want to risk breaking the brood box up too much. It's just my goal to get them to come up to the top just a little bit. I'm going to try to get some of this fat comb off of here real quick. And let them, we'll put that next to them. Because it's got some brood on it. This is an insane, terrible looking bunch of comb, and I'm going to take this one and push it over, and this one and push it over a little bit, and we're going to rub down some stuff here. Make sure it's got a nice coat on it, and I'll edit a lot of this, guys, so I know it's long. But I already had all this stuff outside, so as compared to using stuff in that I've got put up, I'll just work this up real quick, put this on here for them to work with, and let them go to town. Give them some fresh stuff to work with here. Again, normally would not do this time of year, but they have six frames with cat brood on it, and stuff coming right behind that. So we're just gonna, I'll just knock that down right here like that. Brush that off. Put that in here. This one's kind of They kind of did whatever they wanted to on it. They might tear it all the way down, which is kind of what I'm worried about. Instead of repairing it, they'll actually just rip down some of this old comb. Who knows? And again, I don't like this old white foundation that I bought from somebody on accident. Well, I bought it with some old hives they had, so I would not have purchased this myself. It's just what someone was getting rid of when I was buying. When I very first started. So to me, it's just crazy to even think that I'm thinking about putting wax on this time of the year. So we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this would be 9. I'm sure it's got some wax on this wood piece here, and hopefully they put it all together. Now, there's plenty of new space. And I just saw my mentor condensing down a hive, and this one I'm adding space to. So go figure. And he only lives a few miles from me. But because there's cat brood up there, and comb that had brood on it, probably gonna see them coming up. Especially when I put this this sugar right here, and this sugar right here. Actually, I'll put one on each end. I'll put the pollen in the middle. And they already started eating the pollen patty that I put in the middle for them. So these girls right now are looking pretty good. Just put that back on. Tried to limit the amount of death and dismay. pop the lid because it's got a bunch of goobers on it. Put that back on. All right, everybody. So thank you for watching Walker Bee Ranch again today. We went through a colony that had essentially 6 to 7 frames of cap brood right now. It was in a double deep, 10 frames, and they were slammed full. They had bees pretty much on every frame. So I moved 1 frame of cap brood up to the top box. I added a box, put that up, and added foundation. A few frames of foundation, a few frames of already drawn comb from an old hive. So hopefully they'll repair all that, they'll get in there and move up, and that way they feel like they have more room to work with. And we'll keep an eye on it. So you guys bear with me, and I know some of these videos get long, but actually you guys are seeing exactly what I'm seeing it as I'm seeing it, and hopefully you understand the reasoning behind what I do when I do it in the hive. But anyway, thanks for watching Walker Bee Ranch. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.